Hey guys, so today is May 6th. It's 9:19, so market opens in 10 minutes. We are going to just jump into it and then we can get to yapping. So, okay, this was yesterday's candle. We caught something in here, but it ended up turning into a very strong bullish candle. We have a zone on the daily, so price can come back, test this zone, test this support. Price did get up here, so let's go ahead and mark our new high. Okay, so yeah, price came up here, rejected. So on the daily is still a bullish candle, but we should start to see some let's look. We should start to see some bearish candles on the lower time frames. Let's check. Yeah. So price is coming back down. I was on the chart since like 8. So I kind of have some stuff. Well, not much. I think I have like 2 things marked up. So that's what you're going to see here. But on the 4-hour, we do have, like I said, that rejection. Price is already coming back to that zone. But we can't see it yet. But it is there on the 1-hour. On the 4-hour, the zone isn't until down here. But on the 1-hour, we do have this zone here. Price is literally almost there. Market opens in about 9 minutes or less. And on the 30-minute, it's the same thing. Price can come back to the zone and invalidate it to continue going down, or price can tap into the zone, wait for the close outside the zone, and continue up to push higher because price is on a buy trend. So that's a 30, 15 minutes. Price, this was the previous low. Price pushed lower, did get the close outside the zone both times. Price came back, tapped the zone, and it's continuing further. So yeah, still looking good for buys, honestly, because again, price is on a buy trend. This is like a pullback. Could it pull back further? Absolutely. Let's go back to the 1-hour. Yeah, we do have this bigger zone here, but this zone is still within this zone. So yeah. And then if it invalidates this whole area, there's this zone. So there's a few areas, but let's keep looking. 15-minute, yeah, same thing. Came back to the zone, closed outside the zone, and it's continuing down. So for the 5, we just got that break of structure. This was the previous low. We just got this break of structure. I'm gonna mark it up. No, not that. Okay, so yes, we got the break of structure. It just came back into the zone. Market opens in about 5 minutes. This is the same candle that broke the structure. So price could tap, come back in it. Like price can close, then come back, tap, and really take off at market open. So we don't want to be part of that first move. So once like 2, 3 candles close, just depending on the setup, once price tap into here and we start getting closed outside of this this zone here, it can continue back up. So, and invalidate here. We could probably get in once it invalidates. Once it break out of here, come back, tap into it to continue higher. So that would be the play for the day. That's exciting. I felt like that was real serious. We got real serious for a second. Hold on. That's funny. We was just in our bag just now. Wow. So that's the play. We got, like I said, we got the breaker structure here. It created that zone, tap into that zone. But this is not the play that we're going to do. So I'm not going to leave that marked up. What we're looking for is price to tap into this. Well, it's a 1 hour demand zone. It could really tap into here. We do have some other zones within this zone, so it could really go deep into here. But what we're gonna be waiting for is price to 1, tap into the zone, close outside the zone, and also wait for this breaker structure. So I'll put it here. Once price breaks this structure, then we'll start looking for opportunities. That would be the play. And we're going to go for buys. Since, again, I don't like playing and not knowing where I would want to stop or whatever, even though I don't play that long. But the opportunity could happen here and then. So I'm going to just play going towards this resistance. Yeah, we'll just catch something in between here. That's almost 200 points. So that's a lot. That's a lot. All right, so market opens in 3 minutes. Okay, market just opened. We got the tap. Today might be a quieter day. Okay, just tapped into this zone. And these. But we still got 4 minutes. 4 minutes on this candle. Like I said, we were looking for the tap first. So, has your price tapped your zone? Yes. So now we plan our entry. Aggressive would already be in here. They'll already have gotten in the trade because it tapped. That's all they needed. Conservative waits for the tap and a close outside the zone. Then they can enter once the candle closes outside of the zone. That's a good candle. That's the type of candle I like to see. Hold on. We still got 3 minutes. Let me not get excited. Let me get ready, though. That was nice. It still got 3 minutes, though. But let me get ready. We don't trade the first. Well, I don't trade the first 2-3 candles. 2-3. It depends. If they stepping in, if whoever I'm going for steps in and I see what I would like to see, then see, that's a great candle. But it's still got 3 minutes. So the buyers they're in there. Like I said, these are the aggressive buyers that we're seeing right now. These are the aggressive. This is an aggressive entry. Remember, conservative is waiting. Conservative is also waiting for momentum coming out the zone. So these are aggressive and conservative entries right now. But conservative waits for the close outside the zone. Once it closes, that's a good entry. But this is a good candle. And remember, we're waiting for the candle to also break this structure, because then that's like a minor breaker structure. So, but once you get the close outside the zone, you can enter the trade. A safe trader would get the tap, wait for the close outside the zone. So once this candle closes, if it closes outside of the zone, it'll wait for the next candle to push above it. That's a safe entry. And then you just aim for your 1-1 or your 1-2 or whatever. But if price never tapped, it would be no trade. This was a great candle. That was a great candle. The aggressive and the conservative all got in because it tapped and then momentum came outside the zone. But I wait for the candle to close. I need the candle to close. Then I can get in. But yeah. But that was the first candle of the day. So that's not too bad. It looks like we're about to get the breaker structure too, but let's see. Because this is the first candle. Buyers did not let up. They was ready. That was a good play. Like, seeing it this morning, I knew exactly what I would want to see. And it just happened. Now for me to want to join it, I need to see the breaker structure. I need price to show me that it really wants to push higher and not just come back to his own and continue lower. Like, really? So these are like different zones or different like terminals or like train stops or bus stops or whatever. You just wait for price to come back to your stop. And then you pick how you want to enter. You want to rush on, you want to go in a, single file line, or do you want to almost like you're late, but you're not late. You're just last. So you're taking your time. Nobody's behind you. Nobody's, rushing you, whatever. So usually with aggressive, it's high risk, high reward. So just as fast as it went in and tapped the zone, it could have kept going. So that would have been a high risk. But just as fast as it tapped in, as you can see, it pushed out, and that was on that same candle. So we got the breaker structure. This is a good entry. Come on. This is a good entry. But is it going to retest this or come back to the zone? Now that it taps, I needed to, do I want to see it come back to the zone? Or just retest it? Yeah, that was the entry. I'm in it. That was the entry. But I feel like it may come back to the zone. We're just going to put it here. I'm going to let it come back. To the zone. I don't want it to go past this candle. I got in like up here. Oh, I'm still up. And now I'm going to add them. Okay, there. And then, like I said, I don't want it to come back here. Okay, put my stuff back. That's a good thing. Because that's 113. That's 73. And do 70. 70 points for a 101. Seller's trying to push it down. Come on, buyers. We didn't even need all that, really, because we don't even want it to come back below this candle. That's the candle we entered on. Is it coming back to the zone? I felt like it was going to come back to the zone. Did I press sales? Hold on. Let me get out. Because what's happening? What? Did I press sell? Why am I making money? Y'all, I think I pressed... Okay. We're going to try that again. How did we win that? I pressed sales. I'm glad it went down. Because what? I did not mean to press that. Whoa. Because I'm like, why is it green? I pressed sell. That's so funny. Okay. I don't even know. Like, okay, let's start over because that was too much. I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, why is it green? Okay. So we're going to try that again. We're waiting for, well, okay, so we did get that push above. Price just came back and created a new zone, which is here, which it just tapped into. It was really confusing me because I kept saying that. But anyways, zone's really this big, so it's the same. Price just came tapped back into that zone, so we're waiting for the close outside the zone. Then we can enter. Because, wow, please. If price close, because we got the push. So, yeah, if price closes, we can get in. I'm going to press buy this time because I don't know. Okay. Price, okay, I'm in it. It closed outside the zone. It may come back, but it closed outside the zone. I don't even want it to go past this previous candle. Whoops, let me fix it. Okay, 40, whatever. So a 1-to-1 would be, geez, right here. That's really the next zone, so. Should we aim for a 1-to-2? Price been moving up. Like, price really have been moving up. Let's see. This was a 1-to-1. And a 1-to-2 would be... It's so funny because I'm watching it and like they say that like the candles just tells a story, like the buyers versus the sellers. And as I'm watching it, I can literally, I'm starting to be able to see like the story because there's sellers sitting here waiting for price to push lower, but there's buyers sitting here. I could really put a line here because we just got a minor, well, we're getting one. Yeah, a minor breaker structure. Like, I was literally watching, like, I don't know, I can't explain it. Ooh, we just got our 1-to-1. We can sell most of these. No, should I just close it? Because I don't know how this works. Hold on. We can aim for a 1-to-2. We could, but no, we're good. We're good. We're good. Like I was saying, so I'm about to tell y'all, I'm about to try to explain the story I just saw. The buyers versus the sellers. We aimed for a 1-to-1. Okay. So there's sellers sitting here, right? Price was pushing lower, came back, pushed lower. So there's sellers sitting here waiting for price to come back to this area to continue to push price lower. But we just hit some buyers at this, because remember we had a zone here. We just had buyers come tap into here. So I could really put a line here if I wanted to. Because now I know there's like buyers sitting here. And price hit my 1-to-2. That's so crazy. That's so crazy. But I really wanted to explain this because I'm like, whoa, I'm seeing the story now. Okay, so there's buyers sitting here. Buyers immediately came, tapped into the zone, and pushed price higher. We knew that was going to happen because this is a buyer's trend. This is just a pullback. So we found the zone, wrote up our zone, wait for price to tap into that zone. Price immediately closed outside the zone, immediately, and pushed higher. Created us a new zone because it broke this structure that we wanted. Created a new zone, which was here. Came back, tapped into, that was such clean price action. Look, we could really get in again. If you missed that one, we got a new zone because price broke this previous structure. Price can come back to that zone. I'm going to delete this one. Price can come back to the zone if it wants to and let you in. But remember, there are sellers sitting here. There's sellers sitting here because price pushed out of here. So that's what we're seeing right now. We just seen buyers had it. Sellers sitting here as soon as it tapped. So the same thing that we just watched happening for the buyers is happening right now for the sellers. They were waiting for a turn to come in. So now they're stepping in. But are they strong enough to invalidate the zone to push price lower? If not, as it come here, we have buyers sitting here, people like us, because we want buy. So we're like, oh, this is our opportunity. And that's literally the story. That's so crazy. That's literally the story. And that's how you trade. And you can do it on higher time frames. So let's say you missed that one. This will be another one. I'm going to just mark it up. I'm not even going to enter it. Or I could enter it, but I won't record it. I mean, I could record it. That was a tap. You could have gotten aggressive because it's already been showing buyers. Don't want to go past this candle. Aim for a 1-1. Or let's watch it since I'm not in it. Let's see if it can make it up here. A 1-4. And it'll be the one I'm not in that it actually does. Like, okay, girl. That's funny. Should I get in it? We would need to see. We just got the tap. We would need to see a close outside the zone. I'll get in it. Why not? And since I'm technically already in it, let me hurry up and get in it. Just to show. I don't actually. Hold on. I'm already in it. I was going to say, let me change the amount. But I'm already in it. We're already a little far too late. But 1-4, that's kind of pushing it. We might not be in it for a 1-4, but we can see if it'll hit a 1-4. We'll get out right here. But there are sellers sitting right there. But yeah, that was an aggressive tap. An aggressive entry. And the reason I was okay doing aggressive this time is because price has already been pushing higher. So, yeah. This is a buyer's trend. So, any opportunity for buyers are taking it. Okay, so this is, yeah, I knew I got in a little buyback right here. Yeah. It needs to close outside the zone. If it doesn't, I'm not going to stay in because this wasn't an aggressive tap. So, I feel like it should close outside the zone. This is a buyer's market. Yeah, it's closing outside. So I'm good. I'm good to stay in. Conservatives are now getting in the trade. because we got the close outside the zone. Whoa, 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 whoa. Is it frozen? Whoo! Whoa. Whoa. What in the world? What? Is this my opportunity to get out? Because what was that? I want to get out, but it's like, we got the close outside the zone. But it did hit my stop loss, but I genuinely confused. That's how people be getting faked out. Because if I keep it to the zone, it didn't invalidate. We got the close outside the. That's how people get faked out. So really, you need to trust your zone. You really need to trust your zone. I understand why you don't, but then you wouldn't put in as many contracts until you get your confirmation, which is technically kind of this. You got that push outside the zone. That's conservative as well. So more conservatives. So buyers are really in there. So really, we could let our trade play out. But if I had my stop loss here originally, like if it would have came here slowly, I would have got out. But because it happened that fast, people that haven't actually set would have automatically been kicked out, and this would be the candle that gets them. But if you trust your zone, because this is 76 points, so depending on how many contracts you have, this is kind of a lot. Yeah, they would have got. But if they trusted their zone, they would still be in this trade. But I'm trying to make sure buyers can hold it above the zone. If they can hold it above the zone, it should be fine. It was really serious today. Like, I don't know if it's because the setup was so clean and I seen it earlier. I was ready for it. But that's something too. Some people really can get up right before and do their setups. But sometimes I'm noticing getting up before. Getting up before, it's like you're able to see what's been going on overnight and kind of put us, like, not really put a story together, but kind of just see the story of what's happening. And it gives you just extra confirmation for your bias. So if I see it at 7 a.m., I'm like, okay, buys. And I see the zone and I'm doing my top-down analysis all the way up until it's time to actually get ready. I'm just getting my confirmations and holding my bias. If I'm seeing something that changes my bias, then I'll hold it. But outside of that, it's just like extra confirmation. The sellers are here. Yeah, the sellers are there. But let's see. Oh, we're going to get out. We're going to get out. I'd rather wait to see what I want to see. I need to close outside this zone. I feel like it'll give it to us, but still, this zone is pretty big. And this will be the last one of the day. Buyers are there. This was a good play. Let me look at the 15. It just tapped again on the 15. It's right here. These sellers are right here. But there's buyers here too. That's a good play. These buyers got knocked out, actually. It's these buyers. These, you know. Let me go back. Let's see what's about to happen. Sheesh. That glitch be something serious. It just took people out. It just did it again. But really, it tapped into this zone. This first zone. Ain't no way. This zone here. That's crazy. I'm not in it. My bad. Hold on. I got out before it even invalidated. Let's see. Come on, 101. Come on. It's sellers sitting right here. That's why. They were trying to push price lower, but we still had buyers right here from this morning. So we did have a minor break of structure twice. This would be like a major, a 15-minute break of structure. So we need that, please. Thank you. Thank you, please. I just need my 101 so I can get out. And then y'all can do what y'all do. I just made this a longer day and a longer video when I didn't have to. When I didn't have to. Now I gotta really sit through my 101. And it just hit it this morning. I mean, it's still morning, but hopefully this is the push. We sat in this trade. Whole time we would have been kicked out at the same candle, but it glitched. Really ended up coming back to this first zone we took the trade from, the first trade from. It was closing ever since. That's what kept me like okay with sitting in it. So finally, I think this is the push. And we're gonna get right out because that was, how long was 5 10? Well, really, we've been sitting in it since this candle, I think. Was it? No, it was this candle. And we got back in with this candle. That's what happened. So really, and then we hopped out, and then, yeah, okay. This was our third one. Yes. Okay. Wow. That's how long we've been sitting in it. Since this candle. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Almost an hour. Let's see how it look on a 1 hour. Ooh. That was beautiful. Came, tapped, closed outside. Oh. That was beautiful. Because remember, that's what we had marked up on the 1 hour. It literally came, tapped into the 1 hour, and closed outside the zone. And it's going to continue up. Still got 25 minutes to do that. So really, it could push here and aim to create a higher high. But we're just aiming for the top of this. I don't know what we're waiting on, honestly. Honestly, I don't know how, but whatever. Really, we just needed to invalidate this zone. I don't even think, yeah, it's going to the invalidation of this zone. I was not expecting that. And now that I'm looking at it, it says I have 9 contracts. I didn't put in 9 contracts. This candle here, I took out some positions. I didn't take out the contracts. I took out some positions. But I guess when I didn't take out positions. I guess I just bought more buys. Oh, because I did press buy market. Because I was thinking click the opposite. That's so crazy. I did not even mean to put in 9 contracts. Wow. So if this didn't go... if this didn't go in my favor, I would have been down all of this, but in a loss. Because I'm like, how do I have 9 contracts? Okay. Interesting. This is that same trade. I said, oh, this is a good trade. We've been sitting. And if you were using this whole zone, how many points is this zone? About 70 points. Finally getting the push. I'm grateful I put in 9 contracts, but I did not realize I put in 9 contracts. I only had 5. Yes, only put in 5. But I guess I added 4 when I thought That's so funny. I don't know if it's supposed to work like that, but... It just hit our TP. We're out. See how I look on 1 hour. Yeah, it's looking good. We could definitely get up there. We're done for the day. Because why did we just unprovoked sit in that? I am screaming. What was that? Was that just for me to practice sitting to my 1-to-1 and not secure my profit, or sit into a stop loss? Because if I was really using this whole zone, do I want to mess this up? No, but I would just be hitting my 101. I would have sat in that trade that whole time. Well, that's it for the day, y'all. That's it for the day. We took 3 trades unprovoked. I don't know. We had such a good trade this morning. We did. This candle, let's redo our day. Because why did we do that unprovoked? Okay. Coming into the morning, I saw that price pushed out of this zone here on the 1 hour. So we had a zone here. When price opened up this morning, it came into this zone with this strong bullish candle. It closed way outside the zone with buying pressure. That gave us this new zone on the 5-minute. So with this new zone, price came back, tapped into this zone, closed outside the zone again. What did happen? Is this the candle we got in on? No, it's not. We got the breaker structure. We wanted breaker structure here. Oh, yes. This is the candle we got in on the first trade. We did whatever our 1-to-1 was. Then I was like, I had the grand idea to like, oh, and it's going to do it again because it broke structure, created this zone here, closed outside the zone. We got in and immediately, I don't know what happened. I got in aggressive. That's what happened. I got in aggressive because I'm like, oh, the buyers, I got in aggressive. Then immediately this candle, again, would have took people out, but it didn't hit my stop loss. It pushed back up, and I got out. Then I was like, okay, well, I got one more trade for the day, 3 trades. We were only up like 138. So I'm like, let's try it one more time. So then I realized, was it this candle? Tap back into the zone. I feel like it was this candle because that's why we're in it. Yes. Tap back into this zone. Closed outside the zone. We got in with momentum of this candle. We got in with the momentum of this candle. And we've been sitting ever since. It's been tapping into the zone, tapping into this 5-minute zone here. And then because of that, I thought I removed some contracts, but I guess I added more contracts. So what was making me okay with sitting was the fact that it was closing inside of the zone. I probably would have been panicking a little more if it was closing inside of this 5-minute zone, but it was closing outside of it. And we finally got the push, and it finally invalidated this zone, this candle. So now it's a new zone, so on and so forth. I'm not going to watch it go up to here and create a new high, but I'm sure that's what's going to happen for the remainder of the day. But that is the trade for the day, y'all. That was a great trading day. We got to see the stories of the buyer and the sellers, and just a little deeper insight on price action, basically. So that was pretty cool. But I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.